Like anybody, I would like to live a long life. Longevity has its place.
We were committed to redeem the soul of America. We weren't committed to stay alive.
I just want to do God's will.
And Martin said over and over again, if you're not willing to die for your country, you're not fit to live in it.
Well, I don't know what will happen now. We've got some difficult days ahead. But it really doesn't matter with me now, because I've been to the mountaintop.
You have to have a faith and believe that somehow you're doing the right thing. And if you're doing the right thing and you have to die, then the cause itself will be advanced.
I may not get there with you, but I want you to know tonight that we as a people will get to the promised land.
On April 3rd, Martin Luther King Jr. gave what would be his final speech in Memphis, Tennessee. He was troubled that a march he had led a week earlier had turned violent. He had returned to Memphis determined to show nonviolence still worked. And aides like Andrew Young began to see King's mood lighten.
He picked up a pillow and threw it at me, and he was really clowning. So I threw the pillow back at him. It was just a kind of frivolity that you very seldom saw from him.
It was April 4th, on an evening that felt perfectly ordinary. King was on the balcony outside his motel room.
And a shot rang out.
150,000 mourners followed the slow-paced casket through the somber streets of Atlanta. Andy Young wondered if his friend Martin's beliefs would survive his death.
All of us were trying as soon as possible to get the word out that the worst thing you could do in Martin Luther King's memory was violence, and that we had to try to keep people from reacting violently to this.
There must be some kind of way out of here.
It was too late. Rioting erupted in more than 100 cities across America.
There's too much confusion.
The worst of it was in Washington, D.C., and militants promised things would get even worse.
When white America killed Dr. King last night, she opened the eyes for every black man in this country. He was the one man in our race who was trying to teach our people to have love, passion, and mercy. When white America killed Dr. King last night, she declared war on us.
What would Dr. King have thought of the riots after his assassination?
He would have been disappointed that people reacted in violence, but he would have understood it.
He would have understood the anger and the frustration.
He would have understood the frustration. When people feel that they have no way out, then they turn to violence.
Washington was being looted and burned by thousands of rioters, including Tyrone Parker, then 21 years old.
I joined in on a golden opportunity in D.C.
A golden opportunity?
I say golden opportunity because I didn't have a means to express myself in regards to the hurt and the pain and the things that was occurring. So when this happened, this was no more than just another opportunity to be able to strike out or strike back.
At the establishment?
At the establishment.
That night, Parker was shot while trying to rob a bank. A year later, he went to prison for 8 years for armed...
Hello, my name is Tyrone Parker, and I'm that smiling young man that you just saw. We're going to pause this powerful documentary right here so that we can reflect on the true meaning of transformation. In the next segment, you will see how the impact of Dr. Martin Luther King sparked the spirit of transformation in me. You will see that the most dangerous, marginalized, oppressed, and outcast individuals in a society through love can experience the true meaning of transformation and then go on to transform in the help others. Thank you.
Armed robbery. By the time he got out, Washington was changing. Crime got worse. Drug use got worse. In 1991, D.C. was on its way to becoming the murder capital of the country, with 482 killings. Many of the victims were young black men. One of them was Tyrone Parker's son, Rodney.
That's right.
You got it again, Eric.
That's when Parker and 4 old friends decided to start a nonviolence movement of their own. They called themselves the Alliance of Concerned Men. Pete Jackson, Mac Alsobrooks, Rico Rush, Eric Johnson.
We got the right to go out there and work with our kids.
They had all been in trouble. 4 had been in jail. They swore to try to stop the killing. What's surprising is how they've succeeded.
What made you decide to start an organization to help young people?
Knowing that the guys that I knew had the answers because they were a part of the problems. Knowing that if a difference would be made or could be made, that we'd have to be the ones to step forth to make it.
Today, you can find them in the city's most dangerous neighborhoods, where people can get shot any day of the week. There are gangs in these apartments, and normal families too, children and teenagers with choices to make. That's why the Alliance is here.
Making sure when them little kids start talking about, I ain't going back to school, you step up and say, yes, you are. You're going to stay in school. You got to make them understand that their life is worthy of changing. They are worthy of changing. And if you can get this across to them, then you got a better human being. You got somebody that's giving to the community.
The group started with one person, one idea, just like you.
Just like you know the deal. All things in time, though. You know.
So we ain't gonna let you fall out.
You know the deal.
After the gang execution of a 12-year-old boy in one D.C. neighborhood, the Alliance of Concerned Men virtually moved in. Within 2 weeks, the gangs were cleaning up their graffiti. By talking and listening and caring, the kinds of methods Martin Luther King liked to use, the Alliance cut gang violence practically to zero.
What made you think that you could do it?
Because of where I was from.
But you know, you've been there before. Mm-hmm. There are people who say, look, I've been there, I know what it's like, let me tell you what it's like, and it still doesn't work.
When we embraced these kids, we didn't just say, this is how it's supposed to be. It was a process. Put your guns down and listen. Do you trust me? Will you walk with me to see if it's something that I can relate to you and help you with? You might get a job out of this. Suppose you do have the opportunity to work. Will you work?
The answer is yes. The Alliance has found jobs with city agencies for more than 150 former gang members, boys and girls. Kids who were killing each other are now working together.
Did a good job.
How do you convince them to take a job for $6.50 an hour when they can make a lot more money selling drugs?
When you give a young person the opportunity to change their life, they'll take $6.50 and they might take less than that. The primary is that you want to live beyond anything. You want to survive.
Mr. Parker is a founding member of the Alliance.
The Alliance is so effective, the House Judiciary Committee asked members to share their secret. It's simple, the men said. Caring and commitment to your neighborhood.
The Alliance of Concerned Men will be there by our children's side when there are times of need. And we will turn these brothers into what we know they can and will be. Good law-abiding citizens, able to say, don't step on that grass, because I placed it there.
Oh, yeah.
They receive some grants to support their work. It doesn't pay much.
Just have to put a little meat on there.
But what do you suppose that smile is worth on an afternoon shopping spree to buy a couple of reformed gang members their first suits? They want to look good. There's a big event to celebrate.
Tyrone Curtis Parker of the Alliance of Concerned Men.
Almost 100 of the kids they've helped showed up to see a national urban group honor the Alliance of Concerned Men and Tyrone Parker.
If I could take my trophy and cut it in pieces, I would give it to you, the kids that's out there, because you're the real heroes.
30 years ago, during one of the worst moments in American history, Tyrone Parker looted and robbed. Today, he's working to keep Dr. King's dream alive.
And I think that our work is a perfect example of his work. And I think that if he was here today, he would be just tickled to see the type of work that you have the Alliance of Concerned Men are doing. Men wrapping their arms around children to show them that they too have a dream.
Hi, my name is Dante McCoy. I'm the Executive Assistant at the Alliance of Concerned Men. As we celebrate the birth of Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., we also celebrate the spirit of transformation. From the ashes of a city in ruin, devastated by the loss of an angel, a phoenix was given life. Mr. Tyrone Parker, the Executive Director of the Alliance of Concerned Men, emerged from the chaos and channeled all the hurt, pain, and chaos into helping others. Alas, the Alliance of Concerned Men was born. For the past 24 years, the Alliance of Concerned Men has been fulfilling the dream. Through our internationally recognized mentoring and gang violence prevention model, we have been able to transform the lives of more than 10,000 at-risk and proven-risk youth. As we move forward, 2015 offers great promise. Our new comprehensive Stepping Stone program, in partnership with local school systems, is designed to dismantle the school-to-prison pipeline, affording our youth an equal opportunity to enjoy the American dream as Dr. King saw it. In closing, the Alliance of Concerned Men is a 501c3 nonprofit organization which relies on the community's support to function. Please do your part in fulfilling Dr. Martin Luther King's dream. Make your tax-deductible donation today. It's easy. Just visit our website at www.acmdc.org. Follow us on Twitter at ACM_DC. Or check out our Facebook page, Alliance of Concerned Men. Thank you and God bless. That's it.